story so strange in its implications that it defies ordinary classification. Blacker than black times infinity.
You are now listening to the dank sound of Blacker Than Black times infinity. I'm your host, your boy Blue, coming to you live straight from the stack. Smoking out fan with that dank shit on my far left. Mixing up on the 1s, 2s, and 3s. Kronus.
So fresh and so clean.
Smooth like a.
Smooth
like a. What's up? How'd it go? It's smoother than a bar. First jar of Skippy. There you go. And on my far right, we got the oldest ninja in the world, Old Ninja.
Guess what? Everybody about to be black this month.
Roll out.
Everybody.
I'm blacker than black, and I'm black, y'all. I'm black, y'all.
So, hey, if you guys are in the live stream, Papa Bear, I see you in there. So, first in the chat, hello. Can you hear us okay? Because we're on the new setup. So, I don't know if you guys can hear us or not. Hopefully, you can. He'll respond back in a few minutes or a few seconds. Listener of the week would be Reed Omega. Thank you very much for listening. We definitely appreciate it. I can hear the difference in this microphone in my headphones. It's quite strange.
Yeah, your sound actually sounds improved. It sounds clear, at least on my end.
I got one of those.
Well, you know what? I think it's because you shaved. That's why you don't got the hair.
The hair's on your lips and all like apart.
Yeah.
Everyone can
your chin's a little bit lighter, so you can talk a little faster.
They can hear us. So that's what matters.
Yeah, Papa Bear says we're good. So
wait, can he hear? Can he hear us?
He said he can hear us.
He said sounds good.
All right.
Hopefully he can hear you guys too. Should be able to, because on the so there's a little bit of a
background hum.
Okay, well, I think it's because there we go. Try that out now. There'll probably be less of a hum if I just bring the microphone a little closer and turn my gain down. Actually, I'll turn up a little bit more. Obviously we have some upgrades to the podcast. If you're listening to this on audio only, we probably sound a whole lot better. So basically what I did was I got a new Zoom PodTrack P4. I'm not going to use the old soundboard, probably not for a long time unless we're live. And even then, we probably still use the Zoom thing because it has like 4 inputs. And if you are watching, I can't really pull it up because I'm using it. But and then I also got a new Shure microphone.
Rip.
Yeah, oops. The podcast is over. I got a new Shure microphone. It's the Shure MV7. It's the podcast microphone, not the MV7, which is like the RSMV7, which is like the really fancy one that professional podcasters use. But I figured this one with the USB, it would be nice if I did a podcast on my own. Didn't need a soundboard or anything. Just plug it straight in, and they have their own software. But this is all going through XLR stuff, so it turns out pretty good. Yeah.
Right on. As long as we are giving y'all this dankness in a clear and crystal manner.
And he can hear all of us, so that's good. And there will be no background music for this first one because I need to figure out how to run it through at least the PodTrack P4 can do something like that. But I don't know if I wanted to do something like that. I might just use the same old thing, but we'll see. So I'll get the background music back next week.
Oh. About to run slightly silent this week.
I mean, we got our voices.
True. But there'll be... When there's dead air, people will be like, it's all weird. So I'm going to pour out some old English tonight for some of our dearly departed. We're going to start with, I believe her name is pronounced Chesley. Chesley Christ. Her first name is Cheslie. I'm assuming it's Chesley, unless I'm pronouncing it like a non-cultural way. I don't know. But she was 2019 Miss USA winner. She was a lawyer while she was running for the pageant at the time of the back in 2019. But after winning Miss USA, she became a celebrity correspondent for the show Extra. She also earned 2 Daytime Emmy Award nominations for Outstanding entertainment news program for her work. She died in the fall from a high-rise building in Manhattan's West Side, where she had an apartment, according to the New York City Police. Her death is being ruled a suicide. She was 30. Next up, we have Moses J. Mosley, an actor on the TV show The Walking Dead. In the show, he played one of the zombies that followed the character Michonne, the two on the chains. Those characters happened to turn out to be one of. He played basically one of her brothers on the show. Some of his other acting works include appearances in The Hunger Games, Catching Fire, Queen of the South, and Watchmen. His death is currently being investigated as a possible suicide after he went missing recently in Georgia about 5 days ago. Shit, I missed his age. Oh, he was 30 as well. Next up, we have Howard Hessman, veteran actor, best known as the hard-rocking disc jockey Dr. Johnny Fever on the sitcom WKRP in Cincinnati. Excuse me. He prepared for that role by working as a DJ in San Francisco at KMPX-FM for several months. Along with WKRP, he also appeared on Head of the Class and One Day at a Time. He did 3 guest appearances on That 70s Show, 3 on Boston Legal, and 2 on Fresh Off the Boat. And he continued to work with numerous other shows. He's in numerous movies spanning the 70s up into the 20-teens. Some of the movies he was in was Police Academy 2, Flight of the Navigator, Amazon Women on the Moon, About Schmidt, and Rob Zombie's Halloween 2. He died Saturday from complications related to colon surgery. He was 81. So those are the RIPs for the week.
All right. Can I do a quick update on Rescue Residents?
Oh, yeah.
Real quick. So thank you, everybody that graciously donated to our organization. We definitely really appreciate it. So full transparency, we did purchase the ambulance. So we got it. Well, at least we purchased it. Like the money is exchange hands. We're going to have Matt from Pre-Recorded Live pick it up, but unfortunately there is a blizzard right now in Ohio. So hopefully he can get it this weekend, but we have no idea. They're all in contact, so he'll pick it up for us, and we're going to make sure that it's mechanically sound so we can come back to California, and also mechanically sound to whoever we happen to give it to. So yeah, we made our first purchase for an ambulance. So thanks everybody. It's pretty awesome. So we probably won't get another update on at least the ambulance portion of it for a couple of months because we still have to schedule out us flying out there and then driving all the way back. We're going to do like a whole video thing on it, us picking it up and driving it back. Or maybe we get some updates because we have to like debadge it and stuff like that because you can't drive an ambulance if you're not an EMT. So
yeah,
you have to like take all the emergency response vehicle off of it. So we'll do that. But yeah, I'm pretty excited. And we have a meeting tomorrow with the board of directors. So it'll be interesting to talk about how our organization's doing and what we're going to do going forward.
Right on. Ooh, just
hit the ground running.
Yeah.
First step in a much larger pool.
Yeah.
Right on. It's good to see it's working. It sucks about the fucking the blizzard. I heard it's hitting numerous states and like they're preparing for massive like fallout from this blizzard. It's weird because being in California, we're like in the 70s now. And it's supposed to be winter. There's no rain. It's like been sunny.
Dude, it was crazy yesterday. It was like 41 degrees in the morning. Like I had like ice on my car.
Yeah,
I had to scrape my windshield.
I think it was in the 40s this morning too. It just in the afternoon is when it gets into 60s and 70s, but in the mornings it's still pretty cold.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Plus it was crazy windy as well. Like holy shit, yeah. The wind blew the cover off my hot tub.
Damn, really? Yeah, it was super windy today. Yeah.
Yeah, holy shit.
Yeah, there was a wind advisory yesterday. Something
about somebody named Gail just blowing her.
All right.
I had to look up what a gale force winds were.
Oh, I need to. It's not on the list, but I need to update something I've talked about for the last. Well, I've been talking about it for 3 weeks of the last 4. I'm at a finished foundation. Finished it yesterday. So I wanted to give kind of like a fairly. I mean, it's based off of a book from like 50 years ago, but so there's not really. I guess
it's a great book.
Spoilers. Yeah, I never read a whole lot of his books.
Series.
I've read I've read some of his postulates and stuff, but not like iRobot or anything like that.
You want to talk about who you're talking about?
Oh, Isaac.
For those who don't know.
Isaac Asimov.
Isaac Asimov. Why do you say Asimov?
I don't know. It's a weird pronunciation for me.
Are you sure it's not beat me off?
That's foul. I don't think I'd want that from you.
Unless I'm saying it wrong, but I've always said it Isaac Asimov. I could be wrong though. It's entirely
I have no
possible.
idea. Cause he is American, so but I guess he was born in Europe, but he became an American citizen. But I know how a lot of people feel about David S. Goyer. He's like the series showrunner. He's said some controversial stuff in the past, but he's written and directed and series developed this series. I enjoyed this quite a bit. It is super science fiction, but I guess the hard science they kind of like dramatize. They add like a bit of intensity to it. So basically, it's like Star Trek, right? When like there's going to be a warp core, the ship's probably going to blow up. They don't sit there and shoot out like math equations at you. Foundation kind of does, but they do it visually. They show you what the problem looks like through math, but it's all like particle effects, and then the solution they show is like a 3D model of like people, worlds, ships, and stuff like that, and what could happen. So it's like they don't like bust out like super complicated stuff. They don't like sit there and pull out a whiteboard and start like computing and stuff, but they do talk about it a lot. They intensify, like I said, the math about like, okay, there's a door that locked behind us. There's people that are trying to get in, trying to kill us. So we need to quickly solve like how to jump through space-time without like scattering our atoms everywhere before they break in and kill us, kind of thing. So it adds a level of like, thrill and intense to it. And then there's bodies everywhere, and they're like, oh, well, we need to solve this mystery as well. So it works out. There's, it's a very intense kind of show. It's kind of easy to get lost, but what I liked about it is there's three storylines. One's very political, one's more philosophical, and then there's like this like action adventure type storyline. But they're all related to each other. They all are connected, and it's just interesting to see how things kind of unfold. I know that they start with the prequel book and kind of go into the original series, and it looks like they're setting up for like the next major, what they call crisis. So if you're interested in sci-fi and you like political kind of thriller and stuff and action adventures, this is a pretty good show to watch. It's on Apple TV. I do recommend this. This is actually really enjoyable. You can get kind of lost, but if you're a science fiction fan, you're going to keep up. It's not going to be that difficult. So,
yeah, the places where it could go in the future, like in the books, there's like this certain humans, because obviously in the series, humans have left Earth for whatever reason, and they populated a vast portion of the galaxy, and certain people have evolved where they are on their planets. And like there's this one species of humans who were human. Well, they still are technically sort of human, but they're how do I put it? Not transgender.
Evolved.
They're evolved, but they don't have any genitalia, and they're basically asexual, but they can use like telekinesis and shit. So it's really kind of crazy. So yeah, it gets really interesting in that book series when they go from like technology into like human evolution, and this other race, they basically all live alone by themselves, and like even when they have kids, they'll have kids, but then like after like a certain time frame, they just kick them out, and they like to have, I think it's like 50 acres of land or more just to themselves, and then they just kind of do their own thing. It's really an interesting take on. Because humans in general, they're so used to being social, and so they kind of go into that aspect of like what it's like to be alone for these people, and they're like, for them it's normal.
So
well, like if you if you participated in No Nut November, we all know that if you don't bust no nuts, you're gonna get some psychic abilities. So that could explain why
No,
they
if you
have
don't
the
bust
abilities
no,
they don't.
you don't bust no nuts, you might die. Just
Well, no, they can't bust, so their minds rise to a higher power.
So I want to quickly touch on what Kronus was talking about. So they do show like evolved humans, but they don't focus on them. There's no, you just see them. They're just kind of around. The biggest thing, what the show kind of focuses on is like religion versus the monarchy, sort of, and then like science versus kind of religion. The way that the guy Harry, he's like the focal point. The way he does his psychohistory, he focuses basically just on population models, but like where the monarchy is ruling, they face like different religions from different planets. Like there's one planet, it's basically like a giant water world where they live in like Ewok huts, and like they reject technology. So if you start studying math or any kind of science, you basically are ostracized or killed. And like it's weird because like one of the main characters, she ends up studying in secret, studying math and whatnot. She ends up winning a scholarship, and they have to come to her planet to come pick her up. When they find out what she's been doing, like they can't kill her because the rest of the galaxy knows that she won from this planet. So everyone's like weirded out because they know that her planet rejected technology. And then there's another planet, it's like a desert planet. They have this religion that's based on like this trinity of women. So it's very interesting to see the monarchy kind of face these two different religions so far. And then like the Foundation, which is basically like an archive of history. But it's more complicated than that. That's the best way I can simplify it. It's definitely interesting watching. They have interesting weapons and stuff. They still use bow and arrows, which is pretty cool. It was definitely I want to say like a very fascinating show. It makes you think a little bit about certain things, especially like political theater, like what people were willing to do just to keep power, what people are willing to do to save face, like things like that. It's actually pretty interesting. And I love the performances. A lot of the actors I don't really know, except for like Ronan the Accuser, because he looks like Ronan the Accuser, except he's not blue. So, but Foundation was a nice new science fiction for me because I never read the series. I guess I don't know about the super main character, the Warden. I guess he's a man in the books, but honestly, watching the show doesn't seem like it matters unless I'm missing some kind of plot point. But it worked out for me. The chick that plays the Warden, she's actually pretty tough. She looks like Grace Jones. Well, it was great.
The main character, like later on in the books, there's like a father almost daughter relationship. So I guess they'll have to change it to just mother daughter relationship if they use the same time or the same story. So
so I think it might have been because she has like foster parents who she believes are her parents. So she has a father daughter relationship, which is very strong and very much part of her character. And then there's some like mother daughter stuff that's new and that comes into play later on, but it's actually pretty interesting. And there's like this weird telekinesis, but I don't think it's told like it is in the book. I'm not quite sure, but it's like super interesting. It's like it feels like they're using force powers a little bit. It's been pretty cool.
It's sort of like that, yeah.
Yeah, it feels kind of like that, but it's what I want to get across is that it doesn't bonk you over the head with crazy like science. There's action. There's it does do a lot more political stuff, but it's not like extra complicated. And there's a lot of backstabbing. There's adventures, intrigue. A lot of moral complicated stuff. I mean, I think it's a very I'm recommending this, for anyone that's into like basically really good storytelling. There you go. So that's my review on the Foundation on Apple TV.
All right. Real quick shout out to Patrick, who I got to see a couple days ago. It was pretty cool because he flew in from Chicago. We got to actually have a couple beers together, and he gave me a beer, and it's called Rye Way to Heaven. It's a rye ale, and it's aged in rye barrels. It's Jesus Christ, and bourbon barrels. I'm sorry, it's a rye ale aged in rye bourbon barrels.
God damn.
And he said he knows I like strong beers, and this motherfucker is 15.8%, and it's by Revolution Brewing.
You know,
It's
that reminds me of when we did the SF Beer Week at Magnolia's, and we had the beers that was paired with the alcohol that it was soaked in the barrels with.
Yeah,
it's kind of a similar situation. Those beers are hot. That beer and those drinks were strong, but it's so crazy because like that was almost literally like 4 years ago. I think it was when we did that 4 or 5 years ago.
Yeah, I'm gonna miss SF Beer Week again this year because Omicron.
Are they even doing it?
Yeah,
yeah,
they are, and I might go to the bistro for the younger if they release it there.
Can't miss the younger.
Nah, I'm not gonna miss it because they're doing like they're bottling it again, but you can't order it online. I'm like, come on, man, like.
Yeah.
So I'll just go to the bistro and have it. I don't have a problem drinking it there because it's close and it's outside where I can drink. So it should be fun.
This is actually
it's kind of cool because they usually block off the street too. So like because downtown Hayward, like it's pretty small and like there's
so many
it's
bars.
not a main street. Yeah, there is. Like, oh god, when I turned 40, I wanted to bar hop because like where I live, I'm like a good 1 mile walk down to downtown. And there's a bar like right around the corner for me that I wanted to hit up first, and then we go downtown. It's like there's probably like a good maybe 8 or 9 bars down there, and I've been to probably about 4 of them. Well, there's bars, and we have the brewery, we have a Buffalo Bill Brewery, but then there's also a distillery that's over there too now.
Yeah, is it still open?
They make really good drinks. I don't know. I don't even know if Buffalo Bill's open. Every time I drive by there, it never seems like they're open.
I think Buffalo Bill still is, but I don't know. I don't know about the distillery because the distillery was new and then COVID hit. So
yeah,
I mean, unless they were really savvy about selling their spirits online, they were probably fucked.
Yeah, I've been looking them up, but like I've actually had a couple of drinks from there too because like we went to have dinner at Buffalo Bill's and like, oh, you guys want a free tasting? Yes. You had me at free, and it was pretty good. They made I think they made some rye. I tried different some vodka that they were making there too.
Mm-hmm.
But it was cool. They actually gave us a coupon too for Buffalo Bills, which is free on top of free, which was cool. What's the name of that place?
Something I know exactly where it is. Where you're talking about?
Yeah,
it's like catty corner
right
to Buffalo Bills. Yeah.
Yeah. Like you have to walk by it if you're parking in a parking lot. All right.
All right. Can we talk about I mean, it's Black History Month, and this is obviously a black podcast.
Wait, it is?
It's a podcast full of black people.
Sure.
So
I'm black, y'all.
There's that.
Black.
So I think what I'm going to do for Black History Month, I'm going to give recommendations on books that I've read that have helped me sort of navigate through Black history, like real Black history, and like figuring out like kind of how we got fucked over through the years. Because it wasn't just slavery, it wasn't just Jim Crow. It was like a lot of bullshit. So there's a book I'd like to recommend that was recommended to me by Prodigy a while back. I think I talked about it a couple times, but if you want to understand why there's ghettos in America and why, African Americans have such an issue with having generational wealth, there is a book called The Color of Law, and it's specifically on redlining in America and like how redlining was federally run and how they fucked over African Americans to not being able to purchase property, and even going into like. There's covenants in property, in what do they call them? Not in deeds, that will say you cannot sell this to somebody that's black or a person of color. And some of those covenants are still in. I'm sorry, I think it's titles or deeds, one of the two. They're still in the documents into your home, depending on where you live.
So they're in the deed of the home because you have to go to court to change the wording of the deeds. So.
Yeah, and it's pretty crazy that this is still in people's deeds that they probably don't even know. But
I should check mine out.
Yeah, pretty much. I read through mine, but it wasn't in there. Thank goodness. But this place is kind of old. I wouldn't be surprised if where I live right now was
Yep.
red line because I know it had it used to be government-owned buildings. So for
you're up in
lower
the-
income people.
I was gonna say because you're up in the hills, I figure that a lot of times houses up higher are for the people with the money.
Yeah, but most of these houses were rented out to people. So they were owned by I think the state and they were rented out. So
Yeah, Netflix also had a documentary about redlining that was pretty good, and I think what's so crazy about it is like they talked about San Francisco, which was
yeah,
you think like San Francisco was like a forward thinking city or whatever, but no, bro, wasn't like that.
yeah. If you actually
But then-
go and look up redlining, you can find maps of redlining in the Bay Area, and it's astonishing because everywhere you see where it's redlined, that's exactly where ghettos are today, because they forced us to live there next to like industrial areas, next to right along freeways. They would build freeways right through our neighborhoods that were redlined. If you look at, so when people, I remember the first time I heard the term, what was it? Was it climate racism or something like that? It's something to that effect.
Oh yeah, Prodigy uses that word. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, and it sounds like it's ridiculous. Like, what does climate change have to do with like racism? But like, I can give you an example of the Bay Area. So in the Bay Area, there's two main freeways that go north and south. One is called the 580, and the other one's called the 880. Or sorry, is it 680? That's the other one, right? 680 and 880.
680 and 580.
Yeah, like no 680. What was the one? Like, it's 880 and 580.
880 and 580.
880 and 580.
Yeah, they'll never cross.
Yeah, so 880 and 580, they're pretty much parallel going north in the Bay Area. On the 880 side, there's through a certain stretch, it's pretty much mostly low income housing. They're ghettos. Just to be, I'm not going to mince terms. Y'all know what ghettos are. It's not a nice part of town. That was all redlined. And on the other side is the 580, and it's more affluent on that side. And if you go on 580 right now, if anybody's in the Bay Area, drive on 580 north and south, and then tell me if you ever see a big rig on 580. You probably won't. And then if you go on 880 through the same stretch, because they're basically parallel, this is where all the big rigs go through. And the reason why is because the affluent side, they made it, they wrote a law saying that you can't have big rigs going through this area because it's affluent, and because they knew that all these diesel gases and all these other things and brake dust and all these other things would affect people's health. And so if you look at like where's a higher rate of asthmatics in the Bay Area, it's right along that corridor through the 880, because that's where all the trucks go through, because it's literally illegal for them to go on the other side. And so when you talk about like climate racism, that's what they're talking about. It's just the term probably puts a lot of people off. It's just like, it doesn't sound right, but this is literally, it's by law where they had to like put these harmful chemicals through a certain neighborhood that they knew were poor and brown people. So they talk about shit like that in the book. So it's pretty eye opening. So that's my book recommendation.
I would say another good thing to check out is I can't remember, I gotta look it up. There was a documentary I saw on YouTube that talked about Central Park in New York. How people used to live there, like actual people were living there, they were thriving, but the city was like, you know what, we need some greenery for this park, and they basically push all these people out. And like, I think even if you go back and like, they were saying like people that were living there were like squatters and like they were like below income, like they were homeless people. But like when they go back and like do research of that area, actually like this is what's so crazy too. Like if they excavate that area, they find out that people were there they were doing well off for themselves. Like they had like running water, and like it's just crazy to think that like they had I can't speak now. They basically went through and like digged up the dirt and stuff like that and found like the history of this town that used to be there, and like all these lies that were said about this town turned out to be false. Like these people were well off, and they were more middle class than they were lower class, which is crazy. Let me see if I can find that documentary real quick, and I'll bring it up. I mentioned it before on the podcast.
I could pull up actually the red line map of, this is San Francisco. Hold on, I'm trying to pull up the one for Oakland, and it'll show exactly what I said in pictures on why this is like really, really fucked up. Let me see if I can. How do I do this again? I always kind of forget. I think I got to share or something, right? Share a tab. Here we go. So if you look at this picture, this is the city of Oakland, Alameda, Piedmont, San Leandro. So this is what I'm talking about. Right here, this right here is 880, where it goes along. Up here is where 580 eventually will go through.
I can't see your mouse.
Oh, that's right. My mouse is well, if you see the red areas is where, if you see like the corridor through the red areas, that's where 880 is. And if you look at the green part, and you obviously you can see like the red part is, that's where it's red line. That's where people of color were forced to live in these areas. These are all industrial areas. These are all where, you know, there's chemical plants, shit like that. It's not a nice area to live. And it was also, they had different housing codes to live there that were much less of a housing code that people had on that were in non-red line districts. If you're looking like the yellow, blue, and green areas, especially the green areas, these were affluent neighborhoods that were over there. And so this is what we're talking about. Like, this is federally mandated that you literally couldn't get a loan to buy a house in areas that were yellow, blue, and green. If you were a person of color, you had to buy it only in the red areas. And if you look at where the highest crime rates are right now, and property, how much property costs, and, you know, all this, like where there's food deserts, it pretty much follows these red areas today, still to this day. So I'll stop sharing now.
So that YouTube video I watched is called "The Lost Neighborhood Under New York City Park," and it's posted by Vox YouTube channel. So anybody wants, it's a short. It's probably like 10 minutes long. So it's a quick little history lesson of Central Park, which I thought was super interesting. I can't remember the name of the city that was there, but the little town was like super diverse too.
Yeah.
All right, I'm getting into some serious shit.
All right, now we can go to something fun. Y'all talk about something fun, please.
Yeah. I know what, you know what, I'm gonna take the. I'm gonna talk about something fun. I hope are any of you guys caught up on Attack on Titans?
Oh, yes, I am.
I'm behind I didn't watch the current episode, so
man,
I can talk about it. I gotta go grab something.
Yeah.
So, yep. I'll be back.
So I've always liked to slip on my anime watching game, and then like I like to like binge watch and just get caught up. And in the chat, I'll talk about how. Sorry, so this is gonna be spoiler if you haven't seen it. I think it was like maybe 3 episodes ago, but your boy Levi's motherfucking goat. Like, this fool is taking out hordes of freaking Titans. And the episode I was watching, like a bunch of his colleagues. So if you're not all caught up, with what's going on is that the monkey Titan, I can't think of his name, but if he can take his spinal fluid, and if somebody ingests it like through their mouth or whatever, he has the ability to turn that person into Titan. So I can't remember, the neighboring island basically poisoned all these people by mixing his spinal fluid into wine, and like all these soldiers drank it and stuff like that. And they have the what's the guy's name? His name is Kine, something like that. But yeah, they have him captured. He's a prisoner. Levi, the warden, keeping track on everybody. And then, like, you know, the guy tries to escape, and by trying to escape, he turns everybody who's drank the wine into Titans. And Levi was the only one that didn't drink, so he's just surrounded by his friends who are now turned into Titans, or his colleagues that have now been turned into Titans. And the gorilla Titan, he thinks he's good, but
Yeah, he ain't good.
he's like, yeah, he's like paddling away, and fucking Levi comes out of the goddamn woodworks, and the monkey Titan's got to be like a good, I don't know, probably like 30,000 feet. He's fucking huge, and this Levi is just dodging, like him throwing stones and rocks and being a fucking badass. He's got this guy scared. This guy's a fucking giant monster. He's scared of Levi, who's probably like one of the shortest persons on the team, but he's like the most badass person. So he fucking rips dude out of the fucking monkey, the monkey Titans, and like basically slice off his legs. It's like, you know what? he basically Kunta Kinte this guy, except he took him down from the knees. But yeah, so homeboy passes out and Levi rigs a bomb on him, but sadly Levi dies, dude. I was like, wait, what?
I don't know if Levi's dead.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
I don't think he's dead.
Can't go out like that.
I think he's gonna YOLO.
Yeah,
after getting repaired. So yeah, because they didn't show. I mean, I think that what's her name, Hangi? I think Hangi knew that he was alive and then took him down the river. So yeah, I think he's gonna recuperate and probably save everyone.
Yeah, he's gonna be like fucking the cavalry at the end of the story. But yeah, like, man, that guy's just fucking badass. Like, there's so many scenes of him just being badass. Like, my favorite one is when he's fighting kind of against his mentor in the city, and like he's like basically like inches from the ground, just swinging through the city or whatever not to catch up with the dude, and then he finally catches up with him. Like, that whole scene was just bad. I think that was like the start of season 3, where they're inside of the town because they are I can't remember. So they're like, I want to say fleet of the army uses like swords or like the razor blades, where other teams uses guns, and so these teams use a gun, and so he was like flying around the city to catch up with these guys because they were kind of out there breaking the law. But yeah, man, this this last episode, like, holy shit, we got basically the neighboring town took a page out of the main town from the story, took a page from their book and secretly invaded their area, and they basically are flying over in air balloons, shooting, just murdering motherfuckers from the sky. And then like one of the Titans, I can't remember, the Razor Jaw Titan, I think it was his name. He's secretly hiding somewhere, and he busts out the floor trying to eat Elric because he's got the founder Titan inside of him.
Elric,
as well as a Titan.
Who? Whomstadu?
Yeah, Elric. It's Elric. What's the main guy's name again?
You made me forget because you said his name so wrong. Jesus Christ.
Elric. Isn't it Elric?
No. Now you're messing me up. Now I got to look it up because I knew who it was until you said the name. Then it fucked me up. It's
Y'all
not
still
Elric.
talking about Attack on Titan?
Yeah.
What character are you trying to get to?
The main guy.
Aaron,
there we go. Jesus Christ.
Aaron.
Yeah.
Aaron!
But yeah, he's just out there fucking pulls up, and then we get that one armor Titan shows, not the armor Titan, this fast Titan shows up, and like they're fucking fighting guy. And like yeah. But God, dude, fucking, I had to literally pause this fucking episode because I was so goddamn shocked at what the fuck happened. But
yeah. Well, all ninjas here.
Aaron.
Yeah. Don't
What have you seen?
He hasn't caught up.
Wait, if you're gonna keep going, I'll be back then.
Oh yeah, sorry. Give us give it a couple minutes.
I'll give you a few more minutes.
Yeah, sorry, man.
I'm gonna use the restroom. It's all good. No, I'm probably gonna watch it tonight, so it's all good. Keep going.
Yeah, right. You need to catch up because holy shit. So as I was saying, yeah, Elrond's like reaching out to his brother, and this takes you back to like season 1, where you're like, okay, this guy's the main antagonist of the series. Like, there's no possible way he's gonna fucking die. Then he gets eaten by a fucking titan. You're like, wait, what? I guess the girls the girls the titan of the show. Like, what the fuck's going on? But then he busts out and he turns out to be a titan. But yeah, there's a little girl who's a spy in the town, and she
Gabby.
Fuck Aaron's up, boy. He took his head.
Shot his head clean off. I was like, damn, when it happened, I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I was
not prepared.
I was like, wait, his head was spinning, and it was just his head and not his body. I was like, wait, what the fuck? Like, I guess this is how the show ends. Like, how's he gonna come back from that? Like, is he Wolverine or fucking Deadpool, where you can just regenerate just his head or something?
Never gonna give you up. Never gonna let you down. It's like Rick rolling.
Yeah, I'm thinking if that's what really fucking happened. But yeah, to the last episode. Did you watch the last episode?
Yeah, where they were in
one
like
where
the father sins, and yeah,
that
was complicated to like really break down. But yeah,
Yeah, it's crazy because like apparently the Attack Titan has the ability to see into the future and interact with the past.
Yeah.
Which I'm like, wait, what the fuck? And like, yeah, Aaron's like kind of fucking puppet master of this whole entire fucking thing now.
Yeah, I like that Aaron's kind of a villain at this point, like sort of,
Yeah,
kind of a villain. It's like it's really interesting to see like his whole character arc of being like sort of a neutral good guy into just like, well, I guess I'm just chaotic now. I don't know if it's chaotic
And
neutral, but he's just. It's crazy to like see him kind of orchestrating this whole thing, like kind of from the beginning, like he knew what he was sort of doing, and it's just like. Wow, this is super interesting.
Yeah, he also had like a cult too, which is like, where the hell did that come from? But he's taken over the island, and like all of his followers are behind him and supporting him. And what's crazy is that his brother wanted to fucking euthanize everybody on the fucking island so they could have kids, so they can
want to sterilize
so they could put
them.
an end to the Titans.
Sterilize them.
Yeah, sterilize them.
Euthanize
Yeah,
means you just
not
kill them all.
euthanize them.
Yeah.
You kill them all. But what's the term they use in it for sterilize them? Is there another word for it?
I forget.
Like,
I
yeah,
forget the name.
this season's definitely been freaking crazy. Like, I don't know, it's probably my favorite season so far. It's just fucking sheer madness of what's going on. Because even like the first half of last season was kind of crazy with what they did, and like they're killing off characters who were like mainstream people on the team. But it's cool to see characters grow too, because like they started off as kids and now they're like full adults.
Yeah, especially when like, Aaron grew his hair out and then Mikasa like shortened her hair like crazy short. It's like interesting to see like their whole like transformations as people.
What do you think about how? Because he mentioned how her clan basically, like they're basically programmed to protect his family or protect like I guess people who have the Titan powers. Is
the
that
Ackermans. Yeah, I kind of doubt it because the her dad, the uncle, whatever, the crazy guy, he was just trying to fuck everything up. So I don't think that's still. I think he just lied to her. So
yeah, he probably was fucking with her head. But yeah, like how many episodes are left for this season?
I have no idea.
Is there? It's so crazy because there's only 5 seasons, but this show spanned over like 10 years. And animation has changed a lot too. Like it's not
not
that
really
it's changed, but like if you look at the beginning, like the first season versus now, but I guess the characters did get older too. So
yeah, I don't think the animation has
like,
still been pretty good. Every now and again they'll put in like a lot of animation effort into the way that the eyes look in the show, and that still is a highlight to me of like watching them like put so much detail in people's eyes. It's like super amazing. Like I really appreciate whoever had to animate, those features and eyes, because nobody else is really doing anything like that, and it definitely is appreciated by me. So yeah, and it's a great story.
So it looks like season 4 is going to be, well, the second half of season 4 is 12 episodes.
Okay.
So we still got a ways to go before they wrap up. Because this is the actual series finale, right?
Yeah, this should be it when this season is done. That should be done for the series.
Oh, that intro though.
Yeah, they got a great intro. It's up there with with Death Note for me. Super metal.
Yeah,
it's fucking great.
Yeah, holy shit. It's great because I skipped over it because it probably the last 2 episodes they've been playing the new intro, and then like I saw that you posted up that what is it like top 10 like heavy metal rock song, right?
Prodigy posted that, but I'm not surprised because it's a great song.
Yeah, shit goes fucking hard. Holy shit! I went back to listen to watch it. I was like, oh damn, this is one of the intros that you don't skip. Like there's some animes out there you don't skip the intro. Like this, the intro just gets you fucking going, and it builds up to like what the fuck what do you expect on the show. But you know what's crazy? So when you're watching anime, so the Swedish had asked me about this, and she's like, "Why do you have the volume up so loud? Like you're just reading the subtitles, or whatever, right?" I'm like, I don't know. Like if the volume's down, I can't read, but if the volume's up, I can read better.
It's kind of like
it's freaking weird.
It's like when you're trying to drive your car, you go down the street, and you had to turn the volume down to read. But it's opposite
Yeah.
for anime.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. Dude, another crazy thing. So, have you guys ever tried to play a game but have like say you're watching you're playing a game in the living room and it's cold, so you put a blanket on and you have your hands underneath the covers. Can you play that way? Because I can't. Like, I need to have the controller out in front of me so I can at least I don't know, so it's somewhat in my vision. I'm not looking down at the controller, but like I have to have it like out. You guys?
I can play underneath the covers.
That's all right.
Especially if I'm cold.
That's the name of this podcast. I can play under the covers.
Yeah, I can play underneath the covers.
I prefer to have my hands out even when they're cold. So Kamek will tell you after she can tell when I'm playing video games because my hands get really cold when I'm playing games. Even if it's like hot, my hands will get cold. But yeah, I can do it underneath, but it's kind of annoying. I just keep them out. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess I can play underneath the cover. It gets annoying. I just need to have it out. No, it's got to be out. I can't. Like it's like walking around with wet socks or some shit. Like it's just something I just can't fucking do.
That's worse. But I mean, I prefer not to because if you're playing and get intense, if the blanket or whatnot can actually get in the groove and actually mess up your analogs, like you won't be able to have full like rotation or whatnot. So like when that happens, I'll pull out and play on top of the covers, and then I'll play until my hands get cold again, and then go back.
See, this is playing under the covers. It's like a safety measure. If you get angry and want to go throw the controller, because then the blanket just like stops it. And it's like, "Hi, you weak bitch."
Yeah. I don't know. I never understood why people like be throwing their like controllers or like glasses and stuff. Because I'm like, these things are fucking expensive. If you gotta buy a new one, you're out like $60-$70.
I've been had money. I got 2 controllers. I could spare 1 or 2 or whatever.
I mean, I have 4 controllers, but I'm still like, fuck.
Somebody's gonna sacrifice, man.
Dude, I played a few games where I was damn near about to throw that goddamn controller. Just fucking rage.
Like, what if you throw your controller into your TV?
Then you buy another. Then you buy another TV.
God dang.
Well, that's like what the old Switch. Was it Switch? No, the Wii U, where people or the Wii fucking throwing the controller into the goddamn TV.
Oh yeah, that's because they didn't secure the strap right, and
some
would be flying out.
Broke.
Oh yeah, sure too. And then your little brother or something get hit in the eye, be like, "Bow!" Get knocked out. A Wii controller. I remember those videos were all over. That shit was funny.
Well, the new version of that is with the Oculus 2, where people are playing VR and just smacking people in the head or diving into the TV because they don't know where the hell they are in real space. That shit happens. If you can get immersed in some VR and be like, you wouldn't know. Like it's crazy because like you take off your headset and you think you're facing one way and you're like in a whole nother room or some shit. Fucking wander off.
All bad.
Dude, speaking of. So there was something I saw recently that talked about a little bit of psychology type things, and I wanted to kind of do an experiment with you guys, see if you guys have this feature or not.
Feature.
So basically, it's some people can do it, some people can't, and it's basically it's kind of evolved around the imagination. So the thing is saying that some people can't when somebody's telling you a story, some people will picture what's going on, like they're like making a movie in their head and they're able to watch what your story is playing out as, whereas other people can't. So like, for example, like Odin talked about how when he had the coronavirus, how he was walking down the hallway and he fainted and hit his head. Like I pictured you walking down the hallway and like stumbling around and smacking your head.
And he fucking laughed. What an asshole.
Like when someone
I'm just kidding.
It's all bad.
Do you guys do that? Do you picture like when somebody's telling you a story, or do you just listen?
It depends on how descriptive it is. So there's like, so I'm reading a new book. It's Awaken Online Happy, which is like one of my favorite series of all time. And there's certain scenes. Anytime they go to this place called the casino, I can literally visualize the casino and everything that's happening in the casino. And like there's other scenes too, where if they explain it well enough, then yes, I can definitely see it in my head. I was just playing, but I also think that it's because I listen to a lot of books, so that would be another reason why.
Yeah, it definitely depends on, for me, the author of the story. So if you're very descriptive, I'm a visual learner, so I'm going to visualize what is being described to me. If something isn't very clear, I'll end up going back and be like, did I miss a detail? I'm like, I can't picture what this is about. For instance, one of the good things about the High Republic series is that you have the comics, and then you have the books, and then like there's also audiobooks, because there's exclusive stories on audiobook, and then there's a manga that's also exclusive, and like they describe certain like edifices that are like each run of the stories, they all are connected to certain things, and like if it's described in a certain way, I'm going to picture it, but because of the comics, they have like a visual reference. So if I picture something and I really want to see what it looks like within that world, I can go to this reference and be like, oh, this is what this actually looks like. Like I might have, if it's described to me in a certain way, I may actually get the picture in my head the same way that it's written, or I'll like see it and it's completely different. I'm like, oh, I must have missed details, or I imagine it in a different way. So
see, I think with that's a little slightly different with audiobooks, because they do describe things, but like for example, if I say like, oh yeah, my bachelor party, we were up in a strip club, and this dancer, she was dancing for us, and a bag of cocaine fell out of her stocking. Like, do you picture the whole strip club? Do you picture how the stripper looks? Like you're taking basically minor details and making up your own story.
Yes, because I was there.
for Kronus, he was there when it happened.
So to take your example, when you say stripper/dancer, there's no frame of reference of what she is like except for the stockings. So she could have fishnet stockings, she could have clear, sheer, she could have pink hair, she could have been fair skin, olive skin.
She also could have been super coked up.
She could have been super cooked up. She could have been super thick. All those details are not given to me. Yeah. So, based on your lack of description, for better or worse, I have to fill in the blanks with that and picture in what I would imagine the stripper would look like. What could potentially help is if you talk about the establishment you went to, like if you went to the Hustler Club or Cheetahs or Little Darlings or something, then I'll have a probably better description of what the dancer that works at those establishments may look like.
Oh, that's what the experiment is. It's to see if you're able to create your own narrative, your own movie inside your head of what's going on with whatever little details that you receive. So since you're able to like visualize who you think the stripper look like, then that means that you're able to visually, it basically means your imagination is still working, where other people, they'll just hear the story and just like, okay, like what else happened?
It's like the part of your brain grow up and get lame.
Yeah.
I need to know, did she have absolute territory or not?
Dude, I don't remember. I was so drunk.
That was a fucking crazy. We were at a strip. This is the first time it ever happened to me. Being at a strip club until the fucking sun came up. That's what happened that night. That was insane.
That was insane. Like we went in, it was nighttime. We came out, it was noon.
It wasn't noon, but it was like we watched. The sun was definitely coming up, and we went up to like, it's a 3-story. I think it was the Hustler, right? Wasn't it?
I think it was like Hustler 2. I think. Yeah.
Yeah, but
you guys don't want to go up to the third floor.
We went to the third floor, and it was fucking fun. It was like the third floor was like the gay part of the club, but we went up there eventually.
Well, that's what they were saying, but it wasn't. It was, they just wanted you to stay down on the first floor.
Yeah, the third floor was actually fun. So yeah. Not that it wouldn't have been fun. I said that all fucking wrong. Anyway, and I've been to gay clubs before, and it's people. I think people have like a an unrealistic expectation of like what to expect out of like at a gay bar or club or whatever if you're straight. And it's like, it's not like that. You can just hang out like it's a normal place. Like just think about like somebody that's gay going into like a place that isn't gay, and you can still have fun. You know, like I think people just they get really weird about it. It's like You're not gonna walk in and all of a sudden a bunch of dudes are gonna. If you're a guy, a bunch of dudes are gonna start hitting on you. If they do, guess what? That's a fucking compliment. But they're probably not because nobody does that anywhere. So
that's so funny.
I thought this one comic real quick. I thought one comic. He was hanging out with one of his female friends. He's like, they're like, oh, we're gonna go check out this gay club, and he's like, oh, whatever, I'll go. So he's like walking around the gay club and stuff like that, and like he had a line that he was gonna say if a gay guy was gonna hit on him. It's like, oh, I'm straight, man. I'm flattered, blah blah blah. But nobody ever talked to him, and he was like walking around. He started getting sad, like, "What? Am I ugly or something?" He's like, I was in this gay club this whole time. Nobody hit on me. I must be an ugly motherfucker or something like that. That should have you fucking rolling. So
shit! We must have seen the same comic because it's exactly what I was going to bring up. And in fact, he said like the more drunk he got more mad.
Yeah,
and no one got to him. And then he said he left, and he's like, "Y'all motherfuckers don't know what y'all was missing out on. Y'all didn't even say nothing to me or whatever." I was like, "Holy shit!" It was hella funny.
But to kind of jump back to the club, just the logic doesn't make sense. Like, why would it be like ass and titties on the first floor, and then the second floor had like more ass and titties, but upstairs they had like dick and balls? Like, like that whole monarchy doesn't work inside of a strip club that way. So the third floor had to be like a popular spot for them to not want us to go up there. Because it was like a club on the third floor. It wasn't like a strip club. It was like a club. And they had food and shit. I remember there was food up there. Like, not like wings or anything, but they actually had like a smorgasbord of food.
Smorgasbord. So a smorgasbord of food for me is like a whole like picnic table, 3 picnic table lengths of food. Like going to Prodigy's house on Thanksgiving. That's that kind of food. Like enough food to feed 50 people, but there's only like 8 people there.
Alright, so that's about the shipless. And it's science experiment.
Okay, wait, did we already just take part of it? And did you just Miyagi us or what?
Did I?
What just happened? Alright, so what's going on now?
I think we're waiting for you to come back next. So I say we run through a couple of quick things. Did y'all see the final Halo trailer?
Yeah, I watched the only one that I've seen so far. It dropped a day or so ago. It looked pretty good. To be honest with you, honestly, it looks like the show is putting in more an emphasis on actually telling a goddamn story than the video games.
Well, there's a lot of
just stop it. Get the fuck out of here. The storylines in Halo are garbage. They always have been garbage.
But did the trailer you saw, did it have a release date? Because that should be the final trailer.
Oh, that was like March or something like that?
Yeah, March 24th or something. Okay, yeah. Then that's the one that came out, I think, Monday this past week. Like,
so I tried to look up the trailer, but only thing that comes up is Beyonce.
Just type in Halo and Paramount, you'll probably see something different. Yeah, this definitely looks interesting to me. I mean, the elites look exactly like they do in like the game or whatnot. They're bigger than Master Chief, as they should be. The weapons are like exactly in the game. Halsey looks a little younger than she should be, but that's whatever. I know people are complaining about Cortana, but I'm like, Cortana looks like she does in Halo Infinite. The only difference is she's not all blue. She's like flesh color. She's fully colored. Like you can see her face has skin color. Her uniform is like colorful. I'm like, well, that's really not that big of a deal, at least not to me. Also, the voice actress Jen Taylor, I believe that's her name. She is voicing Cortana. So the actress who's played Cortana for like decades now is back to be in this TV show. So should be interesting. The tech, I guess technically Forerunner tech, it looks exactly like in the games and whatnot. Master Chief usually doesn't talk a whole lot, but he's probably spoken more in this trailer than he has in probably 3 games. So, it looks good. I'm excited. I'm hoping it's gonna be good. I'm curious to see where they're going to start. Are they going to start with Reach? Are they going to start with Halo Combat Evolved? Or they're already fighting the Covenant? So we'll see. I'm pretty sure they're going to do flashbacks to Reach or something if they don't start with Reach, but we'll see.
Yeah, I'm looking at I just watched a trailer right now, and like visually, it looks amazing. Like this is up there with like the Star Wars franchise on like Disney Plus and shit like that. Like it's visually nice. But the Paramount Plus does have really good series. Like Picard is really good, and what's Discovery on? Yeah, Discovery too.
And then Discovery's on there. What is as far as live action, there's a. I haven't seen a trailer, but they announced the release date for another Star Trek show, which is Star Trek Strange New Worlds, where it follows Captain Pike, where he has Spock and his number one and their crew. So it's his mission before Kirk takes over. So it should be. I guess it's supposed to be their 5-year mission. I don't know if it's going to take place after they met up with Discovery or before. But we'll see when it drops. Should be interesting to see. There's a poster for it online. It looks pretty cool. It's the version of the Enterprise from the Discovery season 2 and 3. So I'm interested in seeing it. I like the actor that plays Pike. He's pretty good. I'm hoping the stories are good, not just like weird stuff, or just like super meta kind of stuff. I'm hoping they kind of keep it grounded and stick with the kind of the 1960s formula, but keep it more, I guess, 2020 acting and stuff, that intensity and some pretty cool space battles. So we'll see. I'm excited. I think it comes out in April or something this year. Hold on to see what this is. Speaking of Picard, did y'all see this Picard season 2 trailer?
No, I didn't. I didn't know that was out yet.
Oh man,
because yesterday?
I think it dropped on like Thursday or something. It's been out. There's been a couple trailers, but there's the latest one was in the last like 4 days. But there's been trailers like a month or so ago, but there's like the new trailer features Guinan, where Picard meets back up with Guinan, and I guess she's going to
Whoopi
her.
Goldberg?
Yeah, it's Whoopi. They brought her back. So Whoopi's like literally in a bar, like she was on the Enterprise D, and Picard meets her in a bar, basically probably to talk about Q, because Q is back. They go back in time, so they go to 2019 or something like that. Or no, I'm sorry, they go to 2024. They go to 2024, where there's something going on. Picard needs to fix history because Q fucked everything up. They show like some brief scenes with 7 and 9 without her implants and stuff. So I'm excited. It comes out, I think, the end of this month.
Fine.
Yeah, I'm excited for season 2 Picard. Trailer looks dope. It's out in like I think 3 or 4 weeks. It's gonna be good.
What's the rating? Not the rating, but like the what is it called? The TV rating for the show. Is it MA or?
I'm pretty sure it's MA because they swear a lot more. A lot. Like literally, some chick in season 1 literally calls Picard to his face like a fucker, like a motherfucker, like all kinds of shit. And he just gets up. He's like, "Well, whatever, bitch." Did they show titty? They show a little bit of semi-nudity, but nothing major.
Because there's a scene in the trailer where it looks like 2 people are fucking. I'm like, wait, what the fuck?
Yeah, like I said, in the first season, there's like some kind of provocative stuff, but there's no actual sex. But there is a lot of cussing. There's a little bit of because they deal with the Borg. There's a little bit of gore. You see people's insides and stuff. So, I mean, I would say it's TV MA for sure. Yeah, especially the amount of swearing they do.
I wonder if we're kind of jump back to Halo, because I know with Picard and Discovery, like they dropped the first 2 episodes for free online. I wonder if they'll do the same with Halo, like have the first 2 episodes be free.
Who knows?
Get that
I hope so.
Sprinkled on you, get you hooked.
I mean, I would hope so. That'd be nice.
Yeah.
If it doesn't, it doesn't. I'll be watching.
I think one of the problems with Discovery was that I think they dropped the first episode. The first episode was like kind of weak, but the second one was like really good. Actually, no, I think they did drop both of them because I did watch 2 of them.
So they
I watched the
dropped
entire
both.
season.
They dropped the first episode on CBS, so it's on network TV, and then the second episode the same night was on
The YouTube, right?
no CBS All Access
Hmm.
at the time. So it's like they broke it up when they should have just released a 2-hour episode and then moved everything to CBS All Access. So they kind of messed it up because when you watch part 2, it feels like a 2-part episode. It's like it concludes what the first episode started, and then like basically jumpstarts this new storyline. So I was like, I feel like they kind of fucked it up. But
Let's see what the guy.
it should have been, it should have been a 2-hour episode, 2-hour premiere on CBS, and then it should have been like, oh, watch the rest of this on CBS All Access. I think more people would have been more on board.
It is rated MA.
Yeah, I figured it would be.
Well, in the US, it's rated MA, but in Australia, it's rated MA 15.
Well, they're Australian.
15-year-olds can watch this.
Sure.
And Norway, it's rated 12, which hopefully it's not for ages 12.
No idea. I have no idea what actually, I don't know what the ratings in those countries mean. So I would assume it means what you're saying, but you never know.
I'm gonna look this up. This is interesting.
Look what up. You're trying to look at ratings in different countries?
Yeah, just to see what a 12 mean. Media Rate Authority.
Yeah, it's interesting.
12 means, it means it allows for anyone 12 or older to watch this. Children down to 9 can watch in the movie theaters if accompanied by adults. Wow, that's interesting.
Sure. I mean,
it's interesting how because it's MA for here in the U.S., which means that you got to be like 18 and over to watch it allegedly. In Norway, they're like
pretty much
you 12, you good, bro.
I mean, there's a lot of cursing and stuff. Okay, here we go. So, Strange New Worlds is supposed to debut in May 5th. So, I'll be watching it. This will be another Paramount Plus show. They have a new Uhura, which I'm just like, okay, I guess. But, I mean, they have a new Spock. He's in Discovery, so.
That's true, yeah.
We'll see. And then they announced a new show. So, Star Trek Starfleet. I guess ensign or no, is she lieutenant? Lieutenant Thickums will be probably spearheading this, which is fine, But I want to see what this is about. If this is what I think it is, there's also supposed to be a Section 31 Star Trek show, so there's going to be a lot of Star Trek, just like there's going to be a lot of Star Wars coming up in years.
Oh, you're breaking up.
I'm all for it. Yeah, my computer did some stuff.
I posted
I can't get out of
I
that.
posted in chat that Norway be like, fuck them kids. We're talking about, you walked away. We were talking about like parental ratings in different countries, and Pickard is rated TV MA here in the US, but in Norway it's rated 12, which means 12-year-olds could watch it.
Why is Picard TVMA?
They
There's
swear
nudity, there's
There's a
violence.
little bit of nudity. Yeah,
There's nudity?
I guess there's a little bit of nudity, not major.
Oh,
there is
nudity.
gore because there's the board. They show the inside and they swear a lot. So
Yeah,
Fuck
it's
that.
pretty-
it's funny because like most of the aliens, they don't really swear. I mean, they kind of do in their own language, but it's like one word. But then when you go to Starfleet, they're like swearing up left and right. Like they kept saying "fuck" and "fuck you" and "get the fuck out." I'm like, holy shit, damn.
I didn't.
It's
It's a peanut butter graham cracker porter.
oh, nice.
It's kind of weak though, because it's like 5.6.
I'm looking on IMDb for like parental guides for Pickard, and on here it says like for profanity, it says what words they use in here. Like it's
No shit.
yeah, it says like they say shit, fuck, fucking. I don't want to say too much. I want to get demonetized, but it even has Spanish in here.
It's okay.
So they
Once
have-
we're past the first 30 seconds,
that-
it's okay.
yeah, they have Spanish words in here too, which is funny. There's drinking, there's alcohol. There's smoking, fighting. Yeah. Wow, this is I don't know. This is fascinating to me right now.
It's a great
Yeah,
show.
so in the US, showing smoking on screen is kind of a no-no. Not a no-no, but it's frowned upon. So it'll add like a level of rating jump, or not rating jump, but a advisory jump.
It's because here in
They're
America, the American laws when it comes to like drug use and stuff like that is so fucking stupid. Like people here, they don't seem to understand. All of us grew up in a generation, except for old Ninja. I'm sorry because he's old as fuck. But growing up in the Dare generation, like no kid knew anything about drugs until Dare that were my age. I didn't know a goddamn thing about drugs until Dare. Like I knew my mom smoked cigarettes. I knew that she had her special drinks at night or whatever. I had no idea there were drugs. I definitely didn't know about crack or fucking cannabis or all those other things. So it was like very educational on like teaching me what drugs were, not to not use them. Like, cause I was like, I had no idea what they were. And it was a dumbass campaign. I think that children would be better off knowing, that I guess drugs exist, but don't put them in like some bad way, and definitely don't do it so fucking early in life. Like I was in like first grade, and they were like, "Yeah, Dare, take a promise to never use drugs." I'm like, "What are you talking about?" Like as I'm growing up, everybody uses fucking drugs. All of us do, on some level. Like if you take caffeine, that's a drug. If you smoke, that's drugs. Alcohol, that's a drug. All those other things are drugs. Very, very few people that live in any sort of society on this planet use zero drugs. Drugs have been part of human society since like it's first been around, and for us to demonize it is very weird. Don't get me wrong. There's a sort of blurry line on like what's too much. Like when it starts to affect your social life and like your work life. Yeah, that's the thing. But just don't say never use these drugs when everybody uses those drugs. It's fucking dumb.
Shit, sugar's a goddamn drug.
In my opinion, it is, yeah.
Try to stop eating fucking candy. Or eating stuff with like sugar in it.
Yeah, all
it's
sugar.
almost impossible.
Yeah, I mean, you could. Obviously, I did it, and K-Mac did it for a little while. But if you stop intaking sugar, like you get fucking straight up withdrawals. Like they're straight up withdrawals.
Yeah, like I cut out like soda. I've had a soda here and there, but like even like when I drink a soda, I'm like, damn, this is so fucking sweet. Like I just stick to like mineral waters and fucking these non-sweetener carbonated waters.
Yeah. Drink just tea. A tea.
But then again, bourbon's hella sugar in it.
Oh, I see. Old Ninja keeps that thing on him. Got to keep that tea on him.
Yeah, I keep the tea on me.
No one someone wants to bust out with the N-word in a liquor store randomly, slap him upside the head.
Oh, actually, I got me some. Speaking of bourbon, I got me a Knob Creek maple bourbon.
Oh, you're fancy.
Yeah, it's a little on the sweet side. It has a sweet aftertaste, but still got that burn to it. It's nice.
I'll pick it up. All right.
Burns part of your soul.
So we talked about those two trailers. Some big news in gaming, which everyone's kind of talking about. So Sony plans to purchase the gaming studio Bungee for $3.6 billion. I know a lot of people are kind of saying that this is some kind of answer to Microsoft. I'm like, well, this is just one studio, so that's had one new IP in like almost a decade.
I mean, it's a pretty large IP, though. Let's be honest.
True, but I mean, it's one that's been super controversial with their weird like DLCs and content that they constantly make people pay for that people feel like it should be free because their content's really small. I mean, there's a new content coming the end of this month, the Witch Queen. So the big controversy with this is that if you paid for previous content, all that shit's about to get erased. Like weapons and armor that you were able to acquire, that you had to acquire while playing through this old content will be gone.
What?
So people are going to be like, how do I get...
What are you talking about?
Destiny. Sorry. Destiny 2.
Why would it erase everything on Destiny when they just bought it? Like, what?
So the Witch Queen, which will be an update at the end of the month, there's 2 other DLCs that are about to be erased, which is Destiny's Forsaken DLC, which was like it opened up other areas, like mainly the Tangled Shore, and then the Dreaming City. So when this new update comes in, those places.
Yeah, but hold on. Oh, no, just stop for a second. This has nothing to do with the acquisition of Sony.
No, it doesn't.
Okay, I just want to make a hard line there.
Okay, yeah,
nothing
no,
to do with the acquisition of Sony.
But this was just about the content of the game,
Sony.
The controversy that people were talking about. You know, basically losing access to stuff that they basically paid for. That's basically the argument. I went off on a more detailed tangent, but I mean, still, it's not like Bungie's like a slouching studio. I mean, it's a good studio. I like the stuff that they have. I have Destiny 2, and I have some of their old. I mean, I have Halo, the Halos that Bungie made.
There's a bunch of Halos.
Yeah, I mean, there's some by 343, and then there's Halo Wars. Actually, I have no idea who made Halo Wars, but
I mean, Halo Wars. That's the one that's like the top-down, like RTS.
It's
right?
like an RTS, yeah.
Yeah. So,
and there's 2 of them.
Bungie. They made the first Halo, second Halo. They made Halo, 1, 2, 3, ODST, and Reach. Then they made Destiny 1 and 2. But Destiny 1 and 2, they're both like sort of these games as a service. So they've been around. I mean, Destiny 2 has been around since 2017. So it's like that's 5 fucking years. That's a long life cycle.
It is
for any game.
And they've been keeping it around. I mean, I know they were part of Activision. They had their whole thing with Activision Blizzard before Bungie broke away. So now they're partnering with Sony. Apparently, through the deal, they're still going to make multi-platform games, which I don't know if they're working on a new IP or not. Who knows? But this will be interesting, at least for me to see what's going to happen in the future. What I figured is they're just going to make armor and weapons for Destiny 2 exclusive to the PlayStation, probably. Who knows? I don't know. The game is cross-platform now, so who knows what the hell's going to happen.
Honestly, if they made all these console makers that are buying up studios, for them to not make them multi-platform is honestly they're losing revenue on that shit. Just keep them. I don't mind if these studios are buying up other studios or these console makers are buying up other studios. But and I still like exclusives, but some of these games like they've been multi-platform for so long. It's like just keep them multi-platform and then make more money. So that's just more revenue in your pocket.
Yeah, I mean, especially with microtransactions, that's like the new wave.
No, fuck that. No microtransactions.
Well, I'm talking about
stop it.
Cosmetic microtransactions. Those are, I mean, because those are optional. If you want to look cool, spend your $2-3 and Fortnite that up. All you're gonna do is just look cool, and then your friends are gonna be jealous. Like, I want to spend my $3 and get this too.
Play to win shit.
Yeah, and don't do the play to win. You don't want that. You just want cosmetics. I mean, everybody wants to look cool, especially like movie themed stuff.
I just want to kill shit.
I mean, you can kill shit. Why not kill shit and look cool doing it?
No, I'll kill shit in like the base armor. I don't care.
Level 1 player with rags and shit running through. Like, who's just level 1 player?
There's this book that I'm reading right now. Where literally it's a lit RPG, but like the guy in the game, like he stayed level 1 for like a really long time without upgrading like any of his like armor. He doesn't have any weapons, but all he did was just like upgrade like his base stats because he's a football player. So he took like his football knowledge and his knowledge of like kinesiology to like physically make himself better in the game. And so at a level 1 character, he like made his stats like crazy high with like being level 1. So basically he was like a level 50 guy with the stats, but as a level 1 dude, because he like just used like normal physical training and like normal life in the game and it upped like all his stats. And it was like, it's crazy. that'd be me. Like, I don't need the other shit.
You don't need to look all fancy with your Ariana Grande inspired armor.
Yeah, no, fuck that. I mean, sometimes it's cool to look cool, but yeah, it's not a big deal to me.
Yeah. I mean, because I wanted to have my fucking flying DeLorean in my fucking gameplay.
Yeah,
that's how I get around.
But like you were saying, Kronus, so that's money. That's money that you're like missing out on being multi-platform, and getting these transactions from getting cosmetics. I mean, that's money.
Yeah.
That stuff adds up very quickly, very quickly. So you're shooting yourself in the foot by not like trying to generate this revenue stream off of cosmetics. Really, I mean, that's what it is. So
Dude, I was still blown away when we were playing fucking back. Was it Day by
Back for
no,
Blood.
Back for Blood. Yeah, we were playing Back for Blood, and I think that's the first time I ever played a game that was cross-platform that didn't involve the PC. But yeah, I thought it's future, man. That's the way shit should be. Gotta come together. All of us as gamers.
I mean, I was having a lot of. I love me some Back for Blood. I like when it's like I know certain people on it. I'm gonna like, hey, you want to do Back for Blood? And they're like, oh yeah, I can do like do like a mission or two, just jump in and just like try to finish it in like a chapter. It's actually pretty fun. It's always fun shooting zombies, so I'm always down. It's a fun game. Oh, I got to talk to Kronus about the show you're talking about. I guess you'd already seen most of it or all of it, which is the Legend of Vox Machina.
Yeah. Did you watch the first one?
I watched. So they dropped the first 3 episodes.
Oh, I only watched the first one so far. I need to watch more, but the first one was just like, what the fuck is going on here?
Yeah,
cool.
I mean,
I've animated show on Amazon, right?
Yeah.
This is an animated show on Amazon. It's based off of Critical Role, which is a show. It's a role playing. It's a Dungeons and Dragons game.
Well,
with
no, it's a group of people that are voice actors. I'm pretty sure is what it is.
They are. Well, most of them are voice actors, but there's some that are actually like TV actors. Like Ashley Johnson, I guess she joined. She's also on the Legend of Vox Machina. I guess Deborah Ann Wool from Daredevil and True Blood. I guess she's on the show now. Even though she's been on there, she's been Dungeon Master for Critical Role for a little bit. So, and they've had other stars like come in, play, and then they like leave the show. But a lot of the same actors from the voice actors from Critical Role are in the Vox Machina. It's kind of crazy. It's like blood and gore, tits and ass, and they're like a group of like basically Dungeons and Dragons misfits that are like supposed to solve, or they're like the last hope for their kingdom, and the kingdom has like no hope for them. So they're like, well, you're the only ones we got, so go do this. It's a crazy little adventure type thing. The first 3 episodes are up on Amazon Prime. I guess the next episode, I think it's tonight or Friday or something like that.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. It's always cool to see like the DC type animation and like blood, gore, and tits and ass. And, like it's like you don't expect to see it because we're at least my generation is like used to seeing the DC style animation of being like very tame. There's no cursing, no nudity, nothing like that. Definitely no sex. And like seeing it in the Legend of Vox Machina and like Infinite, it's like whoa, like this is amazing. So I honestly, because like I said, I'm a huge fan of lit RPGs, and this seems to me like an animated lit RPG series. I really enjoyed the first one that I watched. I need to watch more, but I think that people would definitely enjoy this show because it honestly it's really funny. Because like in the first scene, like watching like what happens, like the amazing amount of gore in the first like probably minute, it's like whoa, all right, well this is where we're going, huh? Okay, let's keep going.
And then in the first 5 minutes, there's some guy like eating out some chick.
Yeah.
I'm just like, what the hell? So I mean, it's interesting. I'm gonna try to keep watching. What's up?
Was there a show? I don't know if it was a live action show or if it was animated. Where like, I think it was live action. I think it was animated. Where like this little small little guy, he's like running and he like dives into the chick's pussy. Was that?
Oh, that was The Boys. That was The Boys. Which,
that's what it was. Yeah, it was The Boys.
They are going to make an animated version of The Boys as well. It's called Diabolical. So yeah, I've seen some clips from that so far, and it looks. I mean, I'll watch it. So Prime Video is they're making some good stuff, even though it's Amazon the overlords, but some of their shows are really good. I mean, they have the new Lord of the Rings is going to come out. They got announced. You know, they have The Boys. There's a bunch of other shows that we watched. And Invincible, yeah. So they're legit about making some decent shows on Prime Video. What's
it's come back too? Oh god, that one sci-fi show that was on another channel that was picked
The
up by
Expanse, which is amazing.
Yeah. Yes. I think that's
interesting.
Trying to think, if that's like one of the first show they picked up, like revived or whatever, or continued the story,
because they bought it from Sci-Fi.
Yeah, they lost out. Still a great fucking show.
You know what's really cool about this? I'm watching like the levels on this PodTrack 4. Is that if I get too close, it automatically like
adjusts.
It adjusts a little bit. Yeah, it really does. It's kind of neat.
Yeah, you want to kind of talk about your new setup?
Yeah, I talked about it a little bit in the beginning. But actually I can show because I like pulled some of the cords out right now. So, oh shit, maybe I can. Yeah, here we go. So everything's running through this tiny thing right now. This is a Zoom PodTrack 4. I'm sorry, PodTrack P4, and it's honestly I'm very impressed with like how small this package is for like what it does. It has 4 XLR inputs. And then everything's running just through like USB-C ports. Then I have like it has 4 headphone ports as well. I'm just using mine. Obviously, it's just me in here. Everything else is remote. But it's really cool because before, I had to run like all this equipment, but it's just me in here. And I think the problem was that I had to use 4 pieces of equipment to run this podcast, and it's just me in the studio right now. And I think the main problem is that I was running a lot of our audio that's coming through your guys that are remote through like this Creative Labs like XFI thing. It's not really designed to like do this, and that's why we were seeing like some audio quality drop off. So I've been researching like how can I like up the audio quality back to what I'm used to again, and this was a solution. It's working really well so far. At least I sound pretty good. You guys sound good to me. And then I bought like this Shure mic, which is amazing so far. I really like this thing. I'm gonna buy a new microphone on because this one's kind of janky for what I got now.
Yeah, you also look a little different too.
Well, I shaved my face, so I'm gonna grow it back though, because I haven't shaved my entire face in probably 15 years, maybe more than that. Yeah. Since I left the Marine Corps, probably. I've always had like a goatee or a beard. So yeah.
What did your daughter think of it when she saw you?
Well, she was going to bed and she's like immediately grabbed my face. She's like, it's so soft. So yeah.
That's funny. 'Cause I know like I've had friends who like they're Indian, and like usually when somebody passed away, like the males would completely shave, and like it was her first time seeing her dad like shaved, and it freaked her out. Like she like started crying. She's not a kid. She was an adult. She was like, this is weird. Like, who are you? You're not my dad. Like, she'd never seen her dad's full face all her life because he always had, like, a beard.
Well, I talked to my youngest, Riley, before I started shaving my face. When I first, like, went back to the goatee, because for her whole life, I always had a beard. And I kept the beard because I didn't want to freak her out, like what you just said. I didn't want to freak her out. So I was like telling her, because she was talking about how my face is getting kind of scratchy and stuff. Like I was like, I could just, shave my face. Would it be cool? She's like, yeah, all right. Eventually, I'll shave my face. So it'll be, soft or whatever. So I shaved, the goatee, and I was like, all right. Then I looked in the mirror and I was like, you know what? Maybe I'll just take it all off, for a while. Then I'll grow. I like having a beard, to be honest with you. But also there was like some mental stuff with me, like, because before. This is how long I've had a goatee and a beard. Excuse me. I used to be fat, like really. I was like 250 pounds. And I grew a goatee to like cover up my double chin. So I was like, I just kept it because I just wanted to cover up my double chin. And obviously I've lost a bunch of weight since then. And I just kind of got used to like not seeing like the rest of my face. So yeah, like shaving like my entire face. I think I was just like putting too much pressure on myself to like do it, but I was like, fuck it, just fucking do it. Get used to the way that you normally look without facial hair. But I'll grow a beard back eventually. So probably in the next couple months, I'll grow it back.
A couple of years ago, I participated in in November. So like part of it well, I'm not. I think that's how it works. You shave on the first day, or at least the day before November. And I completely shaved, and like the sweetness saw me. She's like, "No, I don't like it." Because it was her first time seeing me with no facial hair. She's like, "You look like a teenager. Like, stop it." Like, no, that I like wore this knitted fake beard for a couple of days until I got some stubble growing in, and then like I kind of looked more like myself. But it was weird to myself to being shaved because like I've always had like the little goatee going since I could be able to grow, which is probably like in my 20s.
Yeah,
it hasn't really that long. But yeah. Oh, righty then. Do you guys want to go into talk about the Mandalorian? I'm sorry, shit.
Yeah, I can't because it came out today. So, and I haven't watched it, and it's like less than 48 hours. So no, we will not. We will not talk about it.
Well, no, it's not the Mandalorian. It's the Book of Boba Fett.
Yeah, but yeah, we won't talk about that either.
kind of a fucking spoiler.
We can wrap pretty soon. I think we're.
Yeah.
Well, I was gonna say quickly. Has anybody played Rainbow Six Extraction yet? Besides me?
Not yet. I've been playing Far Cry 6 with like the new DLCs, which are actually pretty fucking good. But anyway, go ahead. I want to play Extraction.
Yeah, Extraction is pretty. It's been pretty interesting. It's very. On the surface, it seems very like simple, but like when you play the game, it's very like it's very team based. Like you need to communicate with your team. You need to be tactical. A lot of people seem to think that, oh, I'm just gonna run in and shoot everything, not realizing that you can actually avoid firefights and still complete the objective and move on. There's the point that the game, I think, tries to make is that you want to survive with your team, right? Because if you take too much damage, your character will be inactive until you're able to build their health back up. The way you build their health back up is that you have to play with someone else, and then you need to do like the objectives. The more objectives you do, and you can fully extract, the more health that your inactive players will gain so that you can play with them again. If you go down and a player has to recover you, and then they have to extract your body pretty much. You go into stasis, someone's got to pick you up and then extract you. If your whole team goes down or you don't get like rescued, you go MIA. So MIA, you lose the XP you would have earned with that character, plus whatever upgrades they would have gotten, and that player becomes like unusable until you replay that mission. You have to rescue that character from that mission, and then you will gain back your XP and all their subsequent like bonuses. If you do not, you lose all of it. They come back with like half their health, so they lose all that XP, and you got to kind of like build them back up again. So it's important to work together, be mic'd up, instead of being in like a cooperative game and not try to say something. It's not a Call of Duty game. It's a Rainbow Six game. Like, it's weird because there's a lot of people that play Siege, and it's like, well, are you mic'd up? Like, we need to communicate. Like, because if you're taking too much damage and you know you're not going to survive the next area, you can be like, hey, let's extract, because then we'll get the objective done. We'll get this XP, and we won't like be really fucked for the next mission. But some people just run off and do their own thing, and it ends up making you lose a character. It's kind of irritating. But what I like is that when you're able to play with randoms, I guess, which is not exactly ideal, but the difficulty changes based on your area, and then the mission objectives rotate. Based on where you are, new objectives will pop up. So I'm like, holy shit. Right now I have like the first row of like locations unlocked. I haven't even done all of them because like the people I play with were like, dude, we need to be mic'd up. I played with Stitch. We've been mic'd up with a couple of friends. We do like really well. Playing with people that don't communicate, like they can hear me and my other teammates, but they don't like interact. Becomes a problem. So, but the game is fun if you're mic'd up. It's actually more challenging than it appears to be. I mean, it seems very simplistic when you look at it from the, like, when you literally read the description. But when you play, it's just a lot of intricate stuff doing. It's good to have someone that shot calls or whatever. It's good to share ideas on what you're going to do. It makes it more fun. But I'm liking it so far. Apparently, this is just the drop in the hat. Like, apparently there's a roadmap online where they're showing what they're going to be releasing, like new modes, new characters, like a bunch of shit for the next like year or more. I didn't see the end of it. I think it just said like coming soon or more to come or something like that. But I'm enjoying the game a lot. It's very fun, even though it seems small. It's really not. I mean, it's a $40 game, well worth the price for me so far. So there you go.
All right.
What's what rating would you give it right now? Or is it
Right
too
now?
early?
Based on what I've played so far, this is definitely an 8 for now. This will probably go up, I'm assuming, the more I play like subsequent and more difficult missions, because I've already seen like a prelude of like stuff that's coming, and I'm like, dude, this looks even more crazy. So I'm right now, it's just playing like the first 2 missions. It's already an 8 for me, guaranteed.
Nice.
All right. Want to wrap it up?
Sure. So I can play me some
wrap up.
Extraction.
Pretty little bowl on it. All right.
Hold on, real
Ninja,
quick.
what you
Hold on.
got?
I'm curious right now. I'm gonna press a button. I want to see what it does. Ready?
We're gonna die.
No, we're
Go
not. Oh,
You push it? They ain't have it?
y'all can't hear it?
Nope. Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
that's
hear
interesting. It's like jazz music.
Can the people in the chat, can y'all hear that?
They probably can. Yeah, it's interesting that you guys
no.
can't.
Nope. Can't hear shit. Like you're sitting there with this look on your face, like looking at us for a reaction. And we're like, did he do it?
Well, it's just like random, like weird, like, oh, there's applause. I could do like the when somebody tells
I
a
heard
joke.
that.
You heard
I
that?
heard a lit. It was super faint, but I heard that.
Oh, hold on. Oh, here it is. Hold on. This is probably why you can't. Wait.
I heard
You hear
it.
that? And this is
Yeah,
like-
it's real faint still, though.
It's super.
oh, if I hold it
faint.
down, yeah, the actual applause.
That I can't hear.
You
I
can't hear this?
anything. No.
All right, can you hear this? No?
No. That sounds like someone talking underwater.
That's so weird. Can you hear this?
It sounds like a bass line. Is that a bass line?
So you can only hear this.
I can hear that, but it's super faint.
Okay.
Yeah, I
well,
have to turn up my ears real loud to be able to hear it.
all right, well,
on my
people
headphones.
should be able to hear it because I could definitely hear it. That's weird. All right.
People listen to the podcast. They'll be like, "What the fuck is that goddamn sound?"
Yeah, what's going on?
Anyway.
All right. Oh, Ninja, what you got crackling this week until the next podcast? Until the next episode.
So finally, on Friday night at midnight, Rick and Morty season 5 will be available on Hulu. So I'm gonna finish. I'm gonna finish that because I didn't get a chance to finish season 5 because it was free on Adult Swim, but the last 4 episodes you had to subscribe to Adult Swim. So I've been waiting like 4 months to get this. So
I'm very confused. You have Hulu, but you don't have Adult Swim?
no, you have to subscribe to Adult Swim to watch those episodes. It was weird. Yeah. So you had to go online to adultswim.com and then you can watch those episodes. I think it's the first 5.
Hold on, stop. I guess you get it. Do you not pay for Hulu, or do you just?
I pay for Hulu. It's part of my bundle. But Adult Swim, it was not. Season 5 was not available on Hulu. It was only available on adultswim.com.
I literally watched it on Hulu.
Season 5 or season 4? Because if you go now, it tells you season 5 Saturday. It says Saturday at midnight. You can watch season 3 through 4. Yeah, I was looking at it on my phone. I'm like, where is this? Because HBO Max claims that they're going to have season 5, and it's not there. So I'm like, oh, that's cool.
Yeah, this dropped last year. I definitely watched these.
season 5. I'm looked at it the other day. I'm like, oh, this is a time lock.
Yeah, it says that they're airing. Yeah, well, yeah, I think. I have to wait. I'm trying to see if I'm trying to remember if I've seen these or not.
Yeah.
Yeah, it says that they drop on the 5th.
Yeah,
at midnight.
That would be Saturday.
Maybe I'm tripping here. Did I think I've seen these.
Well, the first one looks like I've seen this. The one with the Aquaman dude.
So the first episode was available on YouTube for free. All the subsequent episodes were on AdultSwim.com. So that's why I watched those. And then after that, they were locked. So after the 5th or 6th episode, they were locked. So now they're going to be on Hulu this weekend. So I'm looking at here, all 10 episodes. It says upcoming. I'm looking at it right now. Upcoming all the way up to all 10 episodes of season 5. So I'm watching that this weekend for sure. Raised by Wolves will be out in like 90 minutes. Season 2. I'm probably going to wait till probably Friday to watch it. Peacemaker, I'm still watching. We haven't talked about it because I don't know if I'm the only one watching it.
Fucking show's hilarious.
Yeah, and then Book of Boba Fett. If you haven't seen it, watch it as soon as you can. There are already memes and stuff. People are spoiling it left and right. Even like spots like Entertainment Weekly, comicbook.com, they're already like talking about the episode. So, but yeah, those are the stuff I'm probably going to be watching this weekend for sure. And then, so supposedly there was a High Republic book, Star Wars High Republic book that's supposed to be out yesterday, but I haven't been able to find it. Some places say they haven't gotten it. I think the release date may have been pushed. I have not seen any reports on it yet, but I'm going to try to get this book sometime this weekend as well. But that's it for me.
All right, cool. Kronus, what you got going on this week?
I would like to give a special fuck you to whoever stole from Patrick. So Patrick, he came from Chicago to California, and he landed in Oakland. He went to the In-N-Out near the Oakland Airport. He was in In-N-Out for like 5 minutes, and there was a smash and grab on his rental car, and they stole his laptop and his kid's backpack. I'm sorry, he stole his backpack, which had his laptop and I think his Switch and a few other things in there, and then his son's backpack that had like a bunch of Lego in it. And I was just like, man, that's really fucked up. So like that was his start to his trip. 5 minutes in to come back to California, he got smash and grabbed while he was in the car. So yeah, fuck those people, whoever stole it. I hope that they can get it back, but it's just messed up, man. I felt bad, that he came here and that happened to him. Anyway, Saga number 55 dropped last week. It's one of my favorite comic books of all time. If y'all have not read Saga, it's been on a hiatus for almost 4 fucking years now. So getting number 55 out and reading it, they picked up right off where they left off from. It's an amazing comic book. It's one of the comic books that got me kind of back into comics as an adult because it's a very adult comic. If you get the comic book, on like page 2 or 3, there's like titties and shit. So
yeah,
it's not for kids, and it's amazing.
Unless you're in Norway.
Yeah, then it's like it's for preteens.
I was like thinking, what's he talking about?
It's educational.
Damn.
But yeah, it's a great comic by Brian K. Vaughan, and the artist is Fiona Staples. She's a fantastic artist. Brian K. Vaughan is a fantastic writer. So they're like peanut butter and jelly. So I'm happy to see them back together again. If you like peanut butter and jelly, if you don't like peanut butter and jelly, what's wrong with you? Just substitute something else in.
Wasn't there talks of them making a TV series off of Saga? Or
I've been talking about it because they need to, because I think it'd be better than Star Wars. I've said it many times on this podcast. I think the Saga story will be better than Star Wars. And I don't say that lightly. If you read the comic book, then you'll understand what I'm talking about. So yeah, hopefully you all like the upgrades to the audio on this podcast. I'll re-listen to it after this podcast is over. Hopefully it sounds better. So yeah, it's been bothering me the audio quality in the podcast over the past 2 years, but
2
there.
years.
No, hopefully I fixed it. Bam, I'm done.
Yeah, mic drop.
Yeah, just
All right, for myself, not doing too much. Just chilling. I'm catching up on some anime. I've been watching. I'm all caught up on Attack on Titans. I'm watching Demon Slayer, which is really fucking great.
great one.
Last week. So right now they're doing the Mugen Train, which is kind of cool. Like I saw it in the theaters, and it was excellent in the theaters, and it's excellent at home. It's such a great fucking anime. But last week, Ninja talked about the Injustice that dropped on HBO Max, and I decided to watch it, and it was boo-boo garbage. Everything he said about the movie, was true. Like it was super. I mean, it's like an hour and 17 minutes long, which is there's no way you can tuck a whole story into there. But then like some characters died off too early. Some other characters who should have died were dead, and then like the person who brings parallel Earth Superman into the world, like that's all done wrong. Like it's just all fucked up, and the animation, like there's something weird about the animation. Like it's like they skip a frame. Like there'd be like there'd be like a cut in like a fight scene where like it just doesn't add up. It almost looked like it's almost looked like if you're watching like a fight scene, you can see that like it's choreographed and like the people aren't really hitting each other, but like it's just the animation is really. I actually fell asleep. I was watching it and fell asleep. That's how bad it was, and I had to rewatch like a couple of days later. But yeah, they really rushed it. And what's crazy is that like the artwork for the cover is like from the comic book. Like they actually use the artwork from the comic book, but like yeah, the meat and potatoes aren't there. I mean, it was still kind of I wouldn't even say it was a decent story. It was still kind of shitty. Like it didn't make any fucking sense. But yeah, that's just my 2 cents on it.
The meat and potatoes ain't there. They just got fucking vegetables, the ones you don't like.
Yeah.
Just saying. Just imagine the ones you don't like, fucking eggplant or whatever, unless you're a lady, love the eggplant. Or maybe not.
Yeah.
It could be gay. I'm just saying, I fucked that all up. Hope it was funny.
Yeah. But with that being said, yeah, just other than that, just chilling, relaxing, shooting some people off outside of school. All right, Odin, take us out here.
Shit, I forgot to mention. I've been watching Naomi, so it's been 3 episodes in. It's been interesting so far. I'm just hoping a more big reveal happens sometime this week. All right. That being said, you've just experienced Black and Black times Infinity, the dankest podcast on the internet. Ask Alexa, she'll tell you. You check us out anywhere and everywhere with Bees and BTI, BTHANBTI. You can email us at beesandbti@gmail.com. You can follow us on Twitter, anywhere on social media. Check out our official website, binheadproductions.com/beesandbti. Oh, well, on Amazon, we have an app that lets you know when we go live. You can download that to your phone. Check it out. Oh, we have a Discord. So let us know if you want to join the Discord. Email us first. Let us know that you want to get in.
Penetrating further and further into the unknown vastness of space.
We're out this bitch.
Yet many questions remain unanswered.